Ganis, we're late again. We're late again. It creeps up on us every year. So you guys follow along with us. We're going to explain to you guys exactly why we are so late this year. Every year, we're always late on getting something started. This year, it happened to be the tomatoes. So we're going to get our tomatoes planted, we're going to get our zinnias planted, and we got some up potting to do. So today we're playing catch up on some of our seed starts. And like I showed you guys before, these marigolds didn't germinate very well for whatever reason. So I'm just going to go ahead and replant in the same tray. I'm going to leave these couple here. And Candace is up potting our lettuce. This is our first round of lettuce. We will start more lettuce in a couple weeks. So one of our biggest problems is still room. We don't have enough room. Either we're growing too many things because we're growing all the things, or we need a bigger room.
Definitely.
This is the time right here where you guys need to convince Candace to let me buy a greenhouse so we don't run into this problem anymore. That's one of the reasons right there why we don't have some of our other plants going yet, like our zinnias and like our tomatoes. So we're starting to get caught up around here. We're getting some of our plants up potted and ready to plant out. Our growing season here in Michigan is always really tough. Some years we can plant a little bit early, and some years, like this year, it's still snowing. We've got actual snowstorms around the area right now. And I looked out this morning and there was a light frost on the vehicles. So we can't plant anything outside yet. So we have to get this stuff stored and ready, and inside at a moment's notice we could take out and plant in the garden. Or at least start hardening off and then plant the garden. So that's why we run out of space so easily, is because we have to have everything ready to go. This year it seems like everything's gonna go in the garden pretty late, like right around our frost date of May 15th. I was hoping to get in maybe a couple weeks early. It's not looking good this year, but we will be ready nonetheless. Last year with our new garden expansion, I didn't even plant some of the garden until June. I actually planted onions in July. So that's how late we were last year. So this year I think we're gonna be way ahead of schedule. So we're on April 23rd and we are just now starting our tomatoes. I know it's a little bit behind, but we're gonna be all right. We're gonna have tomato seeds this year. So the last few years, we've planted our tomato plants a little bit early. We actually get a little excited in the springtime and we wanted to get some of our stuff in the ground. It hasn't worked out so well for us. If I plant too early here in Michigan and I have to keep the stuff inside too long, it gets so leggy that it almost stunts the plant, and it takes a long time for it to get going outside once I do get it outside. They do grow just fine. They just lag behind a few weeks. So this year, me and Candace wanted to wait a little bit longer to start our tomato seeds. So we're gonna try this year. This is probably, what do you think, Candace? Maybe like 3 weeks later than what we normally would do?
Yeah.
We're gonna give it a shot. I think it'll work out just fine. They said last year I was still planting tomato plants in June. So the problem is we get real leggy plants and then we're fighting getting them in the ground. Right now I'm planting all of our Roma tomatoes. I'm planting the whole 72 cell tray with just Romas. You guys might be asking yourself, Eric, why the hell are you planting so many Roma tomatoes? Well, if you guys know us, we go through a lot of Roma tomatoes. We love them here at Gagne Farms. We typically plant about 100 tomato plants a year, and we go through all of that throughout the year. We eat every single bit of the tomatoes that we grow. So in years past, we've also taken our tomato plants and up potted them. This year, with us planting a little bit later, I hope to not have to up pot them. We'll just leave them in these 72 cell trays, and then we'll take them right out to the garden. So that's going to save us a lot of time, a lot of space, and hopefully a lot of headache in starting our tomato plants. So right here I've got our 72 cell tray filled up. We're gonna wet them down and put them on the heat mat. Don't know if you guys have one of these, just little sprayers like this. So much easier than trying to use a cup or some kind of little watering can. These things are cheap. They're like 10, 12 bucks. I'll link one down below so you guys can check it out. This is a Vivo Sun brand. Real easy. I actually like it. I've seen a lot of people using these style of sprayers. I'm like, yeah, that looks, I don't think I need all that. But I ended up, kind of just buying one, and it is a lot more convenient. So Candace has the awesome job of up-potting snapdragons, but I showed you guys this in one of our last videos of just using the small berry container. But look how many seeds, that's one packet of snapdragon seeds, and go ahead and pull one out. So you just kind of pinch one out here, and you just get your cell tray and then put them right in the cell tray, and they'll be just fine. Those roots are healthy, and we'll water this in real good. This tray right here of the coleus, I did the exact same thing on about a week ago, and they are doing spectacular. I think I maybe had 2 of them not make it out of a whole tray. Real easy way to do that with those small seeds that come in the little cellophane pack, and you can't hardly see them. I mean, they're smaller than the head of a toothpick, so it's hard to even do the toothpick method where you dip it in water and grab a seed because it's too small. You grab like 5 seeds on it that way. Pretty easy way of doing this, cheap. And the other cool thing is you can actually do a lot more with these little berry trays than just start the small seeds. You can start any seed, and it makes its own little greenhouse. That's what makes it so awesome. You could start your tomato seeds in there if you wanted to, or peppers or whatever. So today I'm also planting some mini orange tomatoes. They're basically a cherry tomato, an orange cherry tomato. I got these seeds from Mountain Valley, but they are from the True Leaf Market. I've also got some Sugar Fairy F1 tomatoes. They are also a cherry tomato, a red cherry tomato, and these are from the Mountain Valley Seed Company as well, that you buy from True Leaf Market. I will leave a link down below for all these seeds that we're using this year. The True Leaf Market is a really good place to get a lot of different seeds. You guys go check them out. All right, let's get to planting these guys. You're also probably saying,
"Hey Eric, that's a lot of cherry tomatoes."
It is. But we actually give so many of these things away to people. People love them. We like giving them away. They're not very expensive. We have a huge trellis that we're going to use this year that's a little bit different than we've used in the past. And I'll show you guys that throughout the season. But we've got space. We've got the seed. We might as well share the wealth. Right, Candace?
Exactly. We're getting some of our zinnias started today. So I've got some sunbow mixed zinnias, giant dahlia flowered mixed zinnias, a giant mix, and a giant scarlet. So we're gonna get those 4 started for today. We'll plant another succession of these in a week or so.
While Candace is planting some zinnias, I'm gonna take these snapdragons here and start up potting them into this tray. So we got everything potted up that we're gonna pot up today. We got our tomatoes planted, we got a flat of zinnias planted, I got a lot of snapdragons up potted, and we are rocking here in the garden this year. If you find any of this useful at all, hit that subscribe button down below, give us a big old fat like, and we appreciate it. Thanks again, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.